Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, we're gonna get our hops on, It's Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Huck.
That's a good popper.
Papa like it. It popped a little bit of foamage on my phone. Oh, my sister's calling me. Sorry, Susie. Live on the air.
So sad.
Call you back later. It is Brewsday Tuesday.
It is.
My name is DreZ.
I would be Huck.
And Huck from Huck's Beer Buzz likes to come in studio and generally shares beer with me, but today we did the old switcheroo.
That's always like my favorite show of the week.
Yeah, when you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
I called him up earlier, and I was just like, all right, so we good for the show? He's like, dude, I don't have any beer. And I said, I have beer. He's like, okay, sounds
That's
good.
what I said. I was like, oh.
Well, and the only reason why I have a show's worth of beer is because my very good friend, Scotty, shout out to Scotty for supplying the beer for this show.
Did he beam it up?
He did. He really did. Actually, he beamed it down from Canada.
Oh, from Canada.
Scotty is actually Canadian. He moved here back in like when he was in 11 or something and moved to Blacksburg. But he is from Canada, and every now and then him and his family go up there for a little vacay. And he made the trip up and brought me back a nice little six-pack of all kinds of Canadian beers. And so I just popped, and the reason why I'm really stoked to try this one is because I love the name. Clifford Brewing Company's Pinball Wizard, which, if you know anything about The Who, that's obviously, that's my favorite song by The Who, man. I love that track, Pinball Wizard, mainly because, you really get your money's worth at the jukebox. I think it's like 8.5 minutes long.
Yeah,
so
I love that song.
it's a great song. And, of course, I handed you, because I felt appropriate.
Yeah, pompous-ass English ale. I get a lot of beers named after me.
Yeah, you do.
Arrogant Bastard. There's a lot of them. But this is like a knockoff name of the brewery, in my opinion. It's Great Lakes Brewery.
Not to be confused with Great Lakes Brewing
Company, yeah.
Which
is a really, really fine brewery on the Great Lakes.
And, yeah, they're up there, like, I guess, kind of Chicago-y area, right?
Yeah, they're right up there. They're over on the.
But here's the question:
Ohio.
you said that this is a knockoff. Are you sure that Great Lake Brewery wasn't around before Great Lakes Brewing?
I don't know that. It says 1987, so I'm going to say no.
No, what?
They were not around before Great Lakes Brewing Company.
All right, well, I'm going to look it up.
You looking it up?
I'm looking it up right now. So, but yeah, 87. So they've been around since that's how long I've been along. Great Lakes Brewing Company.
Yeah.
88.
Oh.
So now who's copying who?
Who's suing who?
So big ups to Great Lakes Brewery. The GLB, I think, is kind of what that's more like their thing. GLB.
So they're in Canada, where you'll have to put everything in French and English. So instead of having water malted barley, hops, and yeast, it has ale, organ malte, houblon, and levure. I'm not good at French.
Yeah, me neither. Not at all. Well, but it's funny you mention that because when Scotty came back, he also, one of the things that me and him have a mutual passion for is like retro gaming. And he was having trouble getting his 64 to work. So I grabbed it from him. I was like, I'll clean it up. I'll get it working. And as I was flipped it underneath to, unscrew it and stuff, I noticed that the label had everything in both, English and French. I was like, oh, this is definitely a Canadian N64.
That's a law up there.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
I do business with a company up there, and every time I call tech support, I can't understand a word they're saying. I'm like, just send me an email in English.
Well, but, it's probably not countrywide, is it? It's probably just those...
It's Montreal.
Just Montreal?
I think so.
That area? Because, that makes sense. But, this GLB, Great Lakes Brewery, they're out of Toronto.
Yeah, but they're going to want to sell beer in Montreal.
And in
order to sell the beer in Montreal, they have to do that. Yeah, that's what's going on.
So that's the GLB. And then this Clifford Brewing Company, they're out of Hamilton, Ontario.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Which I don't know a lot about. I've never been to Canada.
I've only been there once during the war. No, I'm just kidding.
You fled?
No, we went there on vacation to Lake Ontario for a sailboat race. It was right when they landed on the moon or in Hollywood, depending on your point of view.
So. Well, it looks like this the Clifford Brewing Company is much newer. than GLB. But they're doing cool things out there. I mean, Pinball Wizard, dude, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the Pinball Wizard. They got a Pinball Wizard pint glass, and it has like the Who kind of logo, like the Target style.
Nice.
So that's pretty sweet. I might have to look into that. But I kind of wish Scotty was here so he could tell me a little bit more. I'm sure he could have filled me in on some of these breweries and stuff. But yeah, dude, I got nothing on Canada. I remember back in high school, like me and my buddies, we talked a lot about making a road trip to Canada, but it never panned out. The closest thing we ever did was we made a road trip to Philly to get a cheesesteak. That was kind of that crew.
That's not anywhere near the same.
Well, except it was the same people. We were like, oh, yeah, Canada. And we did the Philly trip, and it was just like, we got to go to Canada.
I like two major vendors out of Canada. And also my favorite bands when I was young, Guess Who, out of Canada. Rush, yeah. A lot of Canadian bands I liked.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do? And, Canadians are so good because, you cut them off on, you do something bad to them, they write you a stern letter and apologize for writing the letter.
Right, yeah. It's like, I'm sorry to bring this to your attention.
But you killed me.
But, no, and of course, I always think about, like, South Park, Canadians.
Yeah.
Those are always so great. All right, guy. But yeah, man, I think I would enjoy Canada. I need to get up there sometime. Maybe we should bring the Beer V up there and check out some of these breweries.
So you go to Nova Scotia, and there's this place you got in the ocean, and they put you in one of those blow-up boats with a motor, and there's a place where when the tide goes out over the continental shelf, it makes like a big whirlpool, and you go, maybe I'm crazy, but I've always wanted to do that, is go ride the boat in that whirlpool.
That could be badass.
Yeah.
All right, well,
road trip.
Well, maybe we'll converse a little bit more about our Canadian road trip that we're going to have to do over the break, but right now I think it's time to untap these bad boys. So Untapped is what we like to do with our beers. We drink them. Then we give them a little bit of a rating, a little bit of a review. And Untapped app is a free app you can download to your phone. You can do all kinds of crap with it, including friend us. DreZ Drinks is my handle. Huck's Beer Buzz is his. You can rate a beer on the scale from 0.25 up to 5. What are you thinking about that? What is it, Old Bastard or something? What was it again?
Well, first of all, it's the
Pompous Ass. Yeah, there you go. I couldn't remember which version it was.
It's got a picture of a guy on there with a really big nose. Pointy nose.
He looks pretty pompous.
Bowler hat. His name is Fuggle Doublebottom. And he says, drink this ale fresh. I don't know how you say it in Canadian English. So, this is a nice dark, hashtag unfiltered. Was
it English ale?
English pale ale.
English pale ale, okay.
Yeah, that's what they says in the fine print. It's English pale ale, which I'll get that. Not a huge amount of hops.
I mean, it makes sense. Especially with that label, Pompous Ass. Mm-hmm. That English pale ale. I think that's a great name for a pale ale.
Good strong 4.
A 4?
Yeah. It's malty with a little bit of soft hops.
Not too bad. Cool, man. Well, over here with the Pinball Wizard from Clifford Brewing Company up there in Canada. This is an APA, and it tastes just like an APA. I mean, it's nothing really wowing me about it, but it is an APA. So if that's your style, then if you like
my style.
If you like the pales, it is. So I think you will like this beer. I think it's done fairly well. It would be nice to have something, a little special about it to set it apart. But to me, the label does that. Pinball Wizard, man. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a bonus point just because with the Who reference and because I love pinball, man. Pinball is awesome.
Yeah.
You ever been out to that pinball museum thing in Roanoke?
No, but I've thought about going.
We should go there. I haven't been either, but we should definitely do that.
There's one in Vegas too. I don't want to go.
And then, isn't it like all you can play? You pay like a $10 cover or something. I think they even have beer too. So
oh yeah, well then we're in.
We should definitely go.
Maybe
Anywho,
they want to sponsor us, do a show.
There we go. I digress. Pinball Wizard from Clifford Brewing Company. I think you get a 4 as well. I think it's a pretty solid beer. So there you go, man. And speaking of which, I think we should play a little Who. I feel like we have to at this point.
You have to.
So we'll play a little Who ditty for you, and we'll come back and we'll drink some more Canadian brews on Brewsday Tuesday right here. 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.